You know, folks, sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's what's happening today. I've come out here on this beautiful day, sun is shining, great woodlands, and I wanted to do the mesh tent tarp setup because so many of you have been watching the videos, which I greatly appreciate, and have commented and asked me questions on how to have the best setup, especially protection from the rain and the environment, and how can I make it work, what size tarp I should be using, things like that. And yeah, so I came out here to get this set up to show you guys what you can do, but this is what's happening. Yeah, it's not working. Basically, the area that I'm in, no matter what I've tried to do to stake things down, this soil is not the best. It is very hard surface, rocky, rooty, everything that you can imagine on the ground. And no matter what I've tried to do to get this to work, I can't. Either the tarp was not at the right height, the tent itself, when I set up the pole, was coming loose. As you can see on this side, I had this up, and when I went to get that side up, this came loose because the stake itself, I don't know, it's just, it's frustrating. I'll tell you that, because I have these thoughts, I have these ideas, and I can imagine in my mind what I want to do and how I want to have it set up. But when you get out here, the reality is it doesn't always work that way. And I think that's just that lesson you have to learn, that as beautiful as the woods are, as beautiful as nature is, sometimes it is unforgiving. And sometimes nature just tells you, not today. And that's what's happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tent, I'm going to wrap it up, put it back in my pack, and just do a normal setup with the tarp. I do have a sleeping pad and the foam pad here that I've been testing out. So I think what I'll do is I'll get that set up and do my little cooking thing. I still have these incredible views right here by the pond. Absolutely gorgeous day. And what it comes down to is just make the best of the situation. So that's what I'm going to do next, is just going to wrap this up, put it away because it's not working. And instead of me trying to make it work, it's not going to happen. I'll pick another day, different location with better conditions, if you will, better soil conditions that are more conducive to getting this set up. And I think that's another lesson to be learned, that if you're out there hiking on trails and you have a tent that you want to set up, it may not even be this, just a regular tent. The soil may not be the best to set up that tent, and you could get to that location and it could be incredible views, but the soil itself, the ground, may be horrible to pitch a tent. And now you've got a dilemma. What do you do, right? So you've been hiking all day long, you get to a spot that you think is going to work, and now it's not going to work. And yeah, that's just some of the things that you have to deal with. I do have some other ideas of maybe getting this to work without poles. Yes, I can string a guy line. I've tried doing that before too. I don't know. I like I said, I have these ideas and I want to show you guys how to make it work. But when it's not working for me personally, I'm not going to stand here and BS you guys and say, hey, this is how it works. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm honest, and you can see it. You can see the frustration, hopefully, how I feel, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm just going to put it away and do a different setup today and just enjoy being out here on this gorgeous day with these views, and I'll bring you guys back in a moment. All right, folks, so as you can see, I have totally cleared this space, and what I did is I took a look at the area and I realized, you know what, I can do this instead today. So what I did is I attached from this tree to that tree the top using that knot that I showed you in a previous video, and then just using the straps, put the corners into the ground, a little bit softer ground, still hard. And then I have one pole on this side, and then I have over here, you should be able to see it, I've got the other corner just tied off to the tree right there. And what I've done is taken my orange tarp and I put that on the ground as a ground sheet. And the next thing I'm going to do is grab my foam pad, and then in here in this pouch is a sleeping pad, and I'm just going to lay that on the ground like that. That's a spot where I can sit, lay, relax, and have these incredible views in front of me. So that's the plan right there, and that's what I'm going to do to relax today, just to enjoy being out here in the woods. And that's the simple setup. So sometimes, like I said, things don't always work the way you want to, so you have to find an alternative way of doing things so you can enjoy being out in the woods, being out in nature. And that's what I'm going to do today. So there you go. I'll get that set up and I'll show you once it's all completed. All right, bring you guys in for a closer look so you can see how this pad is. And as you can see, it's similar to the pads that are out there with the baffles. And this is a Featherstone foam mat. And I chose this option for two reasons. One, the size, like I said, they're both exactly the same size. So when I go to lay down, I know that I have complete coverage. But also, because this only weighs like 16, 17 ounces. The pad itself is 16 ounces as well, so we're talking 2 pounds. This here I can attach to the back of my pack in a half size, which I can show you later on, and it fits perfectly on there. And then this is so small and compact that it fits inside my pack a lot better than the other pad. So that's why I chose these two. So they're lightweight, easy to set up, and offers all kinds of comfort. All right, folks, let's give her a test. Now, it's not the best conditions for the ground, obviously, but I'm making the best with what I have to work with. And like I said earlier, sometimes that's what you got to do. Not everything works according to plan. So, I need some bubbly. Basically, like your standard sleeping pad. Oh. This feels good, folks. So the foam pad offers a little bit of that insulation from the ground, and also has the two sides, the yellow side and the silver. The silver is supposed to help with that insulation factor. The pad itself says it's good down to like 32 degrees. And what I like about it is I can sleep on my side or lay on my side. And with this combination, I am not digging into the ground. I am fully above the ground, so I have, like I said, I think there's like 0.9 inches of insulation from this foam pad, and then this is roughly 2 inches. And yeah, it fits me perfectly. And it's comfortable. No pressure point as far as, like I said, on the ground. Nice. All right, I'm going to kick back and relax and chill, have something to eat because I'm getting hungry. It's a little windy today, so I don't know how about setting up my stove. We'll see how that goes. But I think that's the lesson for today, folks, is when you get out there, not always going to work out. The conditions are not going to be the best. It is getting a little bit cool because of that breeze, so I got to put my jacket on. Let me show you that view that I have. One second, guys. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, folks, this is what it's about. Getting out here to enjoy these beautiful places. Look at that water. During the summer when the water levels get down lower, you can actually walk down that way. And it's mostly sandy, rocky ground as well. And then it dips out. It's actually down that way behind my tent. There's actually another path over here. And this path right there goes all the way down to the water where there's a beach. And I think once I'm done, I've packed up, I'll take you guys down there so you can see the water from there as well. But yeah. All right. Simple setup, kind of basic. All right, folks. So that's going to do it for today's adventure. Like I said, it wasn't my very best. Not everything went according to plan, but I did make the best of it. Spent some time relaxing. Actually took a nap after I had something to eat and just enjoyed being out here with the sounds of nature. And I did mention I would show you how the setup looks on my backpack, so let me show you how that is. So from the side, sleeping pad, poles, and yes, there is probably 25 to 30 pounds worth of gear on my pack right now. I do want to lighten as much as I can, but not compromise on the gear that I bring with me for these adventures, especially when I'm testing out the gear for you folks, so I can give you my honest opinion and my thoughts on what works and what doesn't work, and what you would want to bring with you on a day hike, or if you need something for those just in case moments, overnight adventures. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, folks, I'm going to wrap it up, head back on the trail to the car. I hope you've had a good day. Lessons learned all the way around. I still had a chance to relax, like I said, get dirty with nature, all that good stuff. I'll catch up with you very soon, folks. Enjoy every moment of life, and I'll see you on the next adventure.